Well, Merry Christmas. Welcome to the very Sokol Christmas celebration we're having here on Radio Free Professional Wrestling. As our good friend Kimmy Sokol is with us one last time, as we're here to give you our big, bold predictions for 2025. And we have a little surprise for Kimmy Sokol. Kimmy, you have a present in front of you. This is a little farewell gift from me and Ashley for you coming on our show for the last couple months. You may open your present.
Oh my god, I'm excited. I'm usually not one for surprises. I'm usually that person that literally for Secret Santa will sit there and track down every person in the Secret Santa so I know who has me. So when I was told that there was a present, I was like, "Oh my god. Someone's trying to get me." Also, shout out to Amazon. Very nice wrapping, Amazon.
Yes. I gotta say, that is a very lovely wrapping from one Amazon.
Oh my god, this is so cool. This is like for traveling, right?
Yes, exactly.
This is so cool. It has the K on it. Oh my
Yep.
god, thank you.
You are so welcome. I literally was searching through Amazon for something for you for a going away present, and I came to that, and I was like, "This is Kimmy's. This will be something you could use every time you go to one of your conventions."
Oh my god. Yes, I'm literally every time I travel. This is so cool. Thank you.
You are so welcome because you have been a great guest with us, and we're sad to see you go, but we know you're heading off to better things.
As I was told last night at the Hammerstein Ballroom, I'm leveling up. That was the phrase we were using, not retirement leveling up. But yeah, it's been so much fun. You guys were the first pod to have me on to promote WrestleCon, and we've had so many great Ring of Honor conversations. It's been a lot of fun.
Yes, it has. So we got one final trip around the show with Kimmy, and we're doing big, bold predictions of 2025. And we're going to close the show out with a little preview of tonight's 34th Street AEW Dynamite. Got to say, Okada versus Shelton Benjamin is there. That is my gift when I get home from my family for Christmas. I'm going to sit back with my popcorn and I'm going to enjoy this freaking match.
It was a good one.
So let's go back to our predictions from 2024, Ashley. And I'll start. My first prediction for 2024 was I predicted that Okada would be in WWE, and by now he would have already had a match with AJ Styles. So,
You tried.
I tried. So, Ashley,
I'm still champion, and we have to still somehow make this happen. This match.
well, Kimmy, would you give Ashley a half point because she did say that Okada would leave New Japan?
I mean, yeah, because he did leave New Japan. It was one of the first major announcements in the new year that he was leaving, and that was the speculation that he was either going to go to AEW or WWE. So I give Ashley credit for that.
Okay, cool deal. So here's prediction number 2 for 2024 for me. I predicted that Raw was going to move to FX and get off Monday night. So yet again, and Ashley, all she said was she predicted Raw would go to Wednesday night. So no point for either of us this time. Okay, so my first prediction for 2024, I predicted Swerve Strickland would be champion by the end of, he would lead 2024 as champion. So yet again, he was champion during 2024, but I said but he would leave as champion. Ashley, on the other hand, I think we should give her credit here, Kimmy, because she did say Swerve would be champion in 2024, and he was champion for a while.
He was champion. I actually agent represented him as the AEW World Heavyweight Champion right before he lost it at Steel City in the middle of August.
On to our next prediction from 2024 is me again. And I predicted that Mercedes Moné would not sign with any company. She would just literally bounce around different independent promotions. So I was wrong. She did sign with AEW. So yet again, I'm 0 for 2024. And Ashley's prediction was Mercedes Moné would sign with TNA. So we both got this one wrong.
Yeah, way wrong.
Way wrong. Okay, so our last prediction from 2024, mine was WB would re-up with AEW and they would add their content to Max. So I get 1 point. 1. Ashlee's fine prediction was AEW would add another show. And Ashlee and Kimmy, I'm going to give Ashlee credit here because you remember that thing after Collision they did for like a couple weeks? They technically did add another show.
How?
It was like that clip show where they had like Will Ospreay on there one time talking about the clips and things.
That doesn't count. That was a Warner Brother Discovery thing. That was an AEW. That doesn't count.
Wow, Kimmy, you're a hard judge here. I
don't even care because I was like, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, that was a WBD thing. That was not an AEW thing.
Okay, as long as Ashlee and you are both in agreement that Ashlee does get a point, that's fine. So now we're looking ahead to 2025. Do you want me to go first? Or anybody else want to go?
I want to go first.
Okay, well, Kimmy, hang on 1 second. Add these banners. I'm not. So, Kimmy, what is your first big bold prediction for 2025?
I think John Cena will break Ric Flair's World Heavyweight Championship streak and retire as a set. So he's going to lose the title before he retires, but he will be known as the person who has the most world title reigns ever in WWE history with 17.
I can see that. I can see them finding a way to have Cena have a short title reign so he becomes the new torchbearer for the WWE. What do you think, Ashlee?
Honestly, I think they should do that. I think they should just straight up listen to Kimmy on this one and do that.
So, Ashlee, what is your first big bold prediction for 2025?
All right, so it's not the craziest prediction, but this being a huge part of his character and who he is on television, I think Cody Rhodes turns heel in 2025. And I mean, like, dastardly, like, off the wall, like, just a big contrast to the biggest baby faces they have. I want to see it. AEW fans wanted to see it, and now I see some WWE fans wanting to see it too. Everybody kind of wants to see this mean side of Cody Rhodes. I think he's got to do it at least once.
You know, I got a feeling that if they head towards WrestleMania season and he's still champion and with his feud with Kevin Owens, it might be a place where you do that and you flip both of them. So Kevin Owens becomes a face and Cody becomes the heel after Mania. And Kevin Owens can go like, hey, I'm right, everybody. Look, this was Cody all along.
He's been pushing for kind of like wanting to do like the Cena route, not turning. But do it. Come on.
Just watch his work in Ring of Honor. That's a little bit of a taste of what we could get for heel Cody Rhodes.
Oh, I love that.
Exactly.
And
everybody like wants to see it. And I know I get why he doesn't want to do it and stuff, but he's just such a good bad guy. And even with people like The Undertaker and stuff pointing out that he could make a great heel, I think he's got to at least do it for a little bit.
Yeah. So here is my first big bold prediction of 2025. Coming in at number 5, I'm predicting that we're going to get Charlotte Flair versus Camille before the end of 2025.
That's definitely bold.
It is bold, let me tell you. This might come up to be just like my AJ Styles versus Okada one from last year, but I'm perfectly fine with it, okay? So, Kimmy, my friend, what is your next bold prediction, my friend?
Ring of Honor will get TV before the end of 2025.
Coming off Final Battle, I do believe that it's a possibility, and I would love to see it. How about you, Ash?
I was gonna, I'll kind of piggyback because I actually had one for that, and I went a little more definitive. They trademarked the Shockwave. I'll say they attribute it to Ring of Honor. FS1 by August.
Ooh. By August. I like how you put a timestamp. I'm just like, that's something. I don't know on.
Gotta go big. Yeah, gotta try to zone in on it.
Yeah. You know, they do have that trademark, and we still don't know what Shockwave is supposed to be, so who knows? So, back around to me, my friends. My next bold predictions is everybody just loved my Camille versus Charlotte Flair one. I'm going for defenses again because number 4 is Ricky Starks will end 2025 as NXT World Champion.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
I hope that happens because I just want to see Ricky, you know, like anywhere.
Hey, all I want is the revolution to be televised, Betty. That's all I want.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people didn't have a lot of faith in Ethan Page. I saw when he left, and he's done fantastic. And Ricky Starks was doing fantastic in AEW. So for them to not use him recently has been just a poor decision on Tony Khan's part. So let him go to NXT. Let's hope that one happens.
So, Kimmy, we're back around to you. What is your next bold prediction?
Will Ospreay will hold the AEW World Heavyweight Championship.
I can see that happening. He's probably by mid-year of 2025. I can see Will Ospreay having that. I'm thinking we're going into a series of matches between him and Kyle Fletcher since we're heading to Grand Slam in Australia in February. So we'll see. Ashlee, how do you feel about Will Ospreay as WWE World Champion 2025?
WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Don't you mean AEW?
Well,
I was gonna say.
Let's just say it's the A-Nod kicking in right now. The A-Nod's kicking in. I meant AEW World Champion. I'm sorry.
No, honestly, very, very possible, and deservedly so. Because let's be honest, how many times have we talked about Will Ospreay's matches this year?
I have my fingers crossed that I get to see Will Ospreay January 22nd when AEW comes to Knoxville. Fingers crossed. Ashlee, what is your next bold prediction?
All right. So this one also not like the hugest thing, but like he's been back around. But I think we're finally going to see The Rock retire from in-ring overall at some point in 2025. I think he comes back, maybe finishes up some stuff with the bloodline over 2025 because I feel like he has some unfinished business. But I think at the end of it, he retires.
See, you use the word retire. Does anybody truly retire?
The loosest sense of like they have a retirement ceremony, but you know, that doesn't really mean anything in wrestling. So
that's going to be an interesting one if that happens. Okay. I can see them putting The Rock into the WWE Hall of Fame maybe in 2025. But I just don't know about him retiring. So let's go on to my third bold prediction of 2025. And I'm going to go down to, let's see, I'll do this one. Okay. Staying in NXT, I'm going Ariana Grace as your Women's North American Champion.
I feel like she doesn't need a title. I feel like her comedic stuff is just so good. I feel like she's going to be one of those that doesn't need a title to get over and get TV time.
True. I mean, she's really, really good. But to me, she plays the pageant girl. Why not give her a run with a North American title? You can call her Miss North America, and you can have a custom belt. She can have a sash as the belt for just a little bit. I mean, it'd be kind of interesting.
I was gonna say, necessarily you don't need to have like a long title run with like characters like that. So I mean, I could see it, especially like if it's like, you know, like something like 2-3 month reign.
Yeah, I mean, does it happen that she might be a friend of the show or something? I don't know. I'm just being a little biased. If Dave was here, he would say I was biased. So hi, Dave. Merry Christmas. So, Kimmy, what is your next bold prediction of 2025?
Anna Jay will hold gold in AEW. She will be the TBS champion.
You say TBS champion. We'll put a pin in that for a second. I agree with you. I'd like to see Anna Jay have a run at a title. How about you, Ash?
Anna Jay should definitely be holding a title at some point this year. Coming back from Stardom, she's just been fantastic. The showings with Mariah May and everything were great. They seem to be pushing her in that direction as well. Like they're pushing her as more of a main eventer style. So I feel like they don't just put you up against Mercedes Moné. I feel like there's kind of like some a special group of people that are going to be facing Mercedes Moné. So to see her do that and to see her grow, I'd love to see her hold the title this year.
I gotta say, that would be kind of cool. So back to me. My next one I want to share with everybody. My big bold prediction for 2025. Kimmy, you said TBS champion. I kind of went with your friend Britt Baker being the next TBS champion. And she turns the TBS champion and Collision into the Britt Baker show.
I personally wouldn't mind that. I would absolutely love if that happened. Not biased at all. Definitely not biased. I think that is a wonderful idea. I think she would appreciate it. We're in the role model era. Always been, always will be.
I mean, they talk about cornerstones in AEW. She's the foundation.
The one.
So, Kimmy, what is your next big bold prediction?
We will get our first AEW women's main event on a pay-per-view.
And who would be in said main event?
I want to say Mercedes Moné versus Athena, and it's going to be the main event all in Texas, but I don't think it's going to main event. But I definitely think it'll be Mercedes Moné versus somebody.
It's gotta be.
I'm waiting for that match. That match is going to cook whenever we get that match in 2025. So, Ashley, what is your big bold prediction?
Oh, we got one left?
I do believe we all have one left. I have one extra at the end here.
All right. So this, I guess, was my biggest one. So TNA losing a lot of big names at the end of this year. Losing a lot of stuff. I feel like they need to make a big, bold move. So I feel like we see them possibly offer maybe one of the biggest contracts we've seen in the Axis TV era to try. I don't know if it'll happen, but they're going to try to retain Joe Hendry with a crazy contract.
That'd be interesting.
That would be interesting.
I feel like the names they're losing right now are insane. And we talked about it this past week. I don't think TNA is going to die. Like they've been around forever. They've been through a lot worse, but to lose all these top names at once, I feel like they got to make some sort of move to keep one top name around. And with all of everybody kind of thinking it's a foregone conclusion, Hendry to NXT, that's probably the way it's going to go. Let's be real. But I feel like they got to make a move. And I feel like that's maybe where, if they do make a move, that's where their chips will lie.
I mean, it would be a bad move, but knowing how the company works, I doubt they would go big all in on Mr. Say his name and he shall appear.
I figured they might try to capitalize on all of his popularity with WWE and NXT to try to, retain him and then hopefully see an increase in their product with all of his newfound popularity. But
we will wait and see. So we're down to my last giant prediction of 2025. And if you thought my first four were kind of crazy and off the wall, allow me to introduce you to my golden prophecy. As I give you, Kimmy, Adam Cole, baby, as your ROH World Champion and the Kingdom as your Tag Team Champions. The Golden Destiny 2025. We're all in.
Oh, I don't see that one happening. Not even the Kingdom. It's the Infantry's time for the tag titles. I mean, I've said this on Honor Ramble a bunch that Shane Taylor Promotions is going to run Ring of Honor in 2025. Shane Taylor is going to be the one to beat Chris Jericho. The Infantry is going to be the one to defeat Dustin and Sammy. Trisha Dora is going to be the one to defeat Red Velvet. Lee Moriarty is your pure champ. Like, that's what your Ring of Honor is going to be, run by Shane Taylor Promotions. And Adam has other things to worry about. You know, we got MJF. He's got the diamond ring to win this weekend. He's got like world title stuff he's got to do. I don't think the Ring of Honor world title is the thing he wants.
You know, maybe I just want to turn the clock back just a little bit. Who knows? Maybe we could add Kyle O'Reilly in here as the pure champion so I can see Kyle O'Reilly play air guitar with a belt again.
He can win AEW belt and play guitar.
True.
So true. Say Kyle O'Reilly shouldn't get a belt in 2025.
So, does anybody else have a extra bold prediction? Or would you like to know my extra bold prediction?
Yeah, I also think we see Bryan Danielson wrestle again in AEW in 2025. That's not really bold. I think we all kind of expect that, but he will wrestle in 2025 again.
Let's say he takes an executive position with the ROH getting on TV.
Yo, sign me up. I'll take that one.
Okay, so my extra special bonus prediction for 2025 is a little close to home here. It's going to be Kimmy Sokol versus Atlantis Jr. at next year's ROH Final Battle.
Have you been talking to Rob Viper?
Literally, I was watching Final Battle this past Friday night. I was waiting for some person to jump over the rail during Atlantis' match just to
I'm literally
maybe interfere, baby,
and sending this to Rob. Oh my god. You know, this man just decides to show up. Didn't even show up when he was champ and decides to show up on the biggest pay-per-view of the year. How does that work? And also, where is Paul White? Where is the board of directors? That should have been my question to Tony on Friday. Where is your board of directors? And if there's an application...
Listen, the board comes and the board goes.
I don't like how that works. How?
So
there's a lot of things in Ring of Honor that are questionable. So.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they could have it back in a Hammerstein Ballroom. It'd be a nice little jaunt down from where you live, Kimmy. So, you know.
I mean, I lived there for 3 days, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know the lay of the land. You probably already had the ring laid with traps and stuff, so it's be an easy victory for you. Crush him like a grape.
This is unbelievable.
Well, that has been our big bold predictions for 2025. And maybe this time next year, we can bring Kimmy back to see how we did in our predictions for
I hope this
bonus
year. One doesn't happen. I'm not trained. Don't at all. I don't know how to take a...
There's time. There's time. Final battle's not till the end of next year.
Yeah. 12 months. 12 months. Who knows? Maybe you got some people you know that might help you, and he might not make it down to the ring, and all you have to do is stand there and take the 10 count.
I'll have Danny beat him up. I'll be like, Danny, listen.
So, we're going to close our show out here with a little preview of tonight's AEW Dynamite, and I'm going to start off with a match that me and Ashley probably been looking forward to. It's Will Ospreay versus Brody King. Ashley, this would be a great
start because I saw it already.
Ashley, how excited are you for this match?
I'm very excited for this one. Brody King has shown out in both of these tournaments and in every single match he's had. I'm hoping that we do something a bit bigger with him going into this coming year.
It's been an interesting showing for Brody King in this Continental Classic. And like you, Ashley, I feel like he deserves a better standing in 2025. We got our fingers crossed. Kimmy, did you enjoy this match?
I did. This was the opening to the Dynamite tapings, and the crowd was absolutely on fire. I think Will got the loudest pop, because he appeared on Collision too, if I remember correctly. Biggest pop of the whole weekend was Will, no matter if you show up on Collision or Dynamite. So the crowd was really into this one, and people have said this was the best match in the tournament. I believe people are saying this one, and like the Darby match was also like 2 top matches in the tournament.
Well, me and Ashley
I'm not
don't know.
surprised.
Me and Ashley don't understand how Darby is still walking after his last match. We're still wrapping our heads around that one.
After everything in the past, what, like 2 weeks? Oh my god, the Will Ospreay match. Everything. Darby takes some of the nastiest bumps I think I've ever seen.
I agree.
Well, speaking of one, Mr. Darby Allin, we can go right to Ricochet versus Darby Allin. And boy, if Darby's last match wasn't crazy, I got a feeling this one's going to be just off the hook.
It was. Crowd was definitely not into Ricochet. Let me tell you, throwing the toilet paper again for the second night in the row, chanting "You're bald." Oh my god, most hated man in New York City last night. Last night, as in Sunday, not Tuesday, when obviously this is airing on Wednesday. But yeah, this was another great one. I think fans are going to be a little shocked of what happened if you haven't read the results.
I got a feeling that maybe the person that got toilet paper thrown at them may not get a lot of coal in their stockings for Christmas. They might get a victory. Who knows? Stay tuned. Okay, so when they set this Continental Classic up, this is the match I had circled. It's Okada versus Shelton Benjamin. And like I said at the start of the show, when I get home from family Christmas, this is where I'm going to be sitting down with my popcorn and I'm going to enjoy these two guys go at it.
This was a good one. I think, like you, a lot of people were looking forward to this one. I would not have even mind if like this was somehow like the finals in the overall Continental Classic and they put Okada in one league and Benjamin in another. But they definitely showed out with this one. And this was, I think, like in the middle of the taping. So they already had to follow 2 huge matches and they delivered.
Ashley, how excited are you for Okada versus Shelton freaking Benjamin?
This, like you said, is one that I've been looking forward to since we knew the brackets for these for this tournament. I'm very excited. I'm kind of hoping we see some interlap with Okada and what's going on with like maybe Jack Perry and the Elite and stuff soon coming out of this. But I am Shelton Benjamin. Like what? Like why has he never been world champion? Like I'll never get it.
It's a $64 million question because I mean, like all his matches outside of the WWE have been freaking amazing, and I'm just happy.
Even in WWE, he had amazing.
I know, yeah.
Like...
But I'm just saying, like, apparently there's a certain ceiling, and apparently they had him in a box where he wasn't world champion level. So who knows?
I mean, he's in AEW, and let me tell you, he's certainly making a case for himself.
Hell yeah. Hell freaking yeah. But since we're talking about Okada here for a second, if we do a third year of this tournament, shouldn't the Continental Champion be kind of like Max, where he just have a wrestle until the actual main event, the final, then we just work our way through the tournament to find the number one challenger for the Continental title?
No. I think the problem with this title is it never gets defended, period. Like, how many times have we seen Okada wrestle on Dynamite in his singles match before the Continental Classic, right? And I think the reason we wanted Okada here was because we wanted him to wrestle a lot. There was a lot of dream matches. We haven't been able to see that for reasons I have no idea. I am not Tony Khan. But yeah, I just think I just think if you just do a round robin for a number one contender, like it takes away everything that Tony has tried to make the C2. He's tried to make it his own version of the G1. So, the next number after 1 is 2. Obviously, he couldn't use the letter G, so he went earlier in the alphabet, found C. That's how we got C2. But yeah, I just feel like it would take away everything Tony's trying to build towards.
Fair points. All fair points, Kimmy. So let's go to probably your favorite match on the card as we get Daniel Garcia versus Kyle freaking Fletcher.
My guys, both my guys. I love Kyle. The personality you see of Kyle on social media is just how he is in real life. He is one of the funniest wrestlers I've ever worked with. When I was at WrestleCade, I was his security walking into the building, and he's a foot and a half taller than me, I might add. And he goes, "Why is the shortest person my security guard?" I go, "Kyle, I don't know. I didn't make myself this short, but I'll get you to where you need to be." And I did, and he was very thankful for that. But yeah, these are my two guys. I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my God, this was the main event of Dynamite, which absolutely deserved Daniel Garcia. Love him. But yes, this was another good one. But again, my people. I don't like when my people fight. I got to see them fight at World's End, MJF and Adam Cole. Those are my people too. What did I do to deserve this?
Well, you just know a lot of people, and you're just Kimmy Sokol, and everybody likes Kimmy Sokol.
Apparently that gets you somewhere in life. I don't know. That's what I heard. If you know me, it gets you somewhere.
Well, so we're down to one final match in the Continental Classic. It's Commander versus Claudio Castagnoli. Our ROH TV champion versus Claudio Castagnoli.
I will say that Commander winning the TV title was legitimately the loudest pop on the ROH show, besides Nigel coming out to answer Lee's challenge, which was absolutely insane. I did not even think Commander was going to even become close to being in the survival of the fittest towards the end because of the fact he was in the C2. I was like, why would they make him do this match? And oh my God, showed out. If you saw the video with him and Tony after the match, just so emotional.
Yeah.
Such a good dude. Him on the scrum was so thankful to be there, so happy. So this is totally deserved. Very happy for him.
We talked about it a little bit, and I said I think it might be a little bit of a thank you too for him stepping into the Continental Classic when Juice Robinson got hurt, and knowing he's going to take all of these losses, because I don't think Juice Robinson was meant to really get that many victories either. But he stepped in, he's done nothing but show out and step up when needed to, and it just seems like a big thank you to him, and it's well deserved.
And one final match that we need to talk about, as we found out during Collision this past weekend, we are getting Toni Storm versus Tyler Valkyrie. This is a gift to everybody who loves women's professional wrestling.
That young up-and-comer Toni Storm just getting so many opportunities, just coming off her Ring of Honor debut, I might add. She's debuting at the Boxing Day Brawl tomorrow night on Ring of Honor. So, just look at her, what a newbie, stepping up, wrestling on 34th Street, trying to vie her way to be one of the greats and be a future AEW Women's Champ.
This rookie has the makings of a legend.
I agree. I think Rookie of the Year... and she's only wrestled a couple times. Can you win the EWI #1 and also be Rookie of the Year? Can you do both? Also, to the people that were on my Twitter being like, why is Toni Storm in Ring of Honor? Oh my God, I don't understand. Bro, it's the storyline. It's literally the storyline. Relax. She's not going to be here too often. But however, if this leads to Toni Storm versus Athena.
Oh, sign me up.
Oh.
I want that.
Yes.
Yes. Death for Dishonor. There's a couple of different ROH pay-per-views. You can put that one on. That'd be great.
If they're doing a TV debut, put that match on the TV debut.
Very true.
Yes. Yes, Tony. Hear that?
Well, Kimmy, before we let you go, how about you settle a little discussion that me and Ashley had over the weekend about ROH Final Battle? We were talking about your minion overlord retaining her title and whether or not Billy Stark should have actually won the title that night. I'm in the camp that Billy Stark should have won that belt. And Ashley, I feel like it's more with your minion overlord.
Hoof. I've had mixed reactions. If you actually X the media section who was sitting with me, I actually collapsed on the floor when Athena won because I was just so stunned that they went with that decision. I was like, what just happened? Huh? What? You mean the 2-year story we were doing? I will say this. I kind of knew when they didn't play Aliens Exist that Billy wasn't going to win because I felt like if you can get Frank Sinatra's New York, New York for Chris Jericho, you could pay the money for Blink 182 for Aliens Exist. So that was a little sign for me that maybe Billy wasn't going to win. But I don't know where you go here because Athena's went through the entire locker room. Like, there's no one else for her. She's been teasing this world tour. She's suspending a minion tomorrow or expelling a minion, sorry, on Ring of Honor tomorrow. So I don't know. I also don't think it was the right decision. I will say, I said this on Fightful, the build to Athena Billy was way better last year. I felt like this year was a little bit rushed. And it was kind of like you had this deep seated story that you're trying to put together in a couple weeks where like there were signs that this could lead to such a huge thing. So maybe if they want to run it back, I don't think they can at this point. But if they decide that, then maybe you could put some more into the story. But yeah, I think Billy should have won. But Athena gets to go on her world tour. She's going to the Tokyo Dome in a couple weeks. She teased me on the scrum. She's going to stay in Japan a little bit longer. So maybe she's going to do some stuff with Stardom over there. So you get to extend that. Obviously, you want the representation of your women's world champ going to Tokyo and representing the brand. So I could see it from that point of view too. But if it's not Billy, then who?
And I agree with that because I genuinely thought Billy was going to win going into the match. And everything you said is true, and I think that's why they kept the belt on Athena. But then it's just a weird booking decision. Just put off the Billy match. Like, I know that's your big pay-per-view, but you originally had this weird thing where you said you weren't even going to have the match until Billy Starks kind of like kept poking and prodding Athena on TV, on Honor Club for it. So I don't know, maybe you could have just pushed off the match or had Athena kind of cowered her way out of it or, like throw up some sort of roadblock in Billy's way for this pay-per-view, kind of push it off a little bit and then come back to it after Athena came back.
There's someone not doing anything on TV right now.
I'm digging your vibe, Kimmy. One Britt Baker maybe versus Athena, that would work. And it would. Oh wait, no, it wouldn't. Never mind. But hey, yeah, Britt Baker versus Athena in 2025. Put down my bucket list too for matches that we need to see.
Listen, I said this on a podcast. I was intoxicated when I said it, so I thought it was the alcohol talking. And I was like, Britt should go to Honor Club. I think that's such a great idea. And then I was sober and I was like, wait, no, I was onto something. Because when you go back to the Mercedes match, a lot of people were like, or maybe it was just me defending Britt, that were like, she only had 2 matches before that Mercedes match. And maybe that's why it wasn't as good because, she's coming off of so many injuries. Like, I think this is what other people forget. It wasn't just the TIA. She had torn hip labrum. She had herniated disc in her back that was affecting her neck. It wasn't just put a band-aid on it. She was out for 10.
Plus the other scary stuff that she was talking about too, like all of the medical issues she was dealing with.
Yes, and that was very scary. And I was like, oh my God, what's my friend doing? And then if you watch her interview with Renee, she's like, yeah, so I drove while having the mini stroke. And I go, this is the most Brit thing I've ever heard in my entire life. But anyway, so if you want Brit to go get reps in the ring and you don't want to put her on AEW and you want to kind of make the Honor Club subscriptions go up, why don't you put her on Ring of Honor? You could rerun the whole thing that you did with Britt when she was going after the AEW Women's title. Like, hey, I want to start at the bottom, work my way up, get to the top of the rankings, and then she gets to face Athena at Supercard. Why don't you do that? So, yes, that's my new thing now. I want Britt to go on Honor Club. Maybe I'm biased because that's my brand, but...
And definitely, if you had put her on there, 2-3 months ago, had her cut a promo like that and built her up, you could have had Billy versus Britt at this pay-per-view and then have that lead to when Athena comes back, the winner taking on Athena.
Would be great TV.
Either way, Britt doesn't look bad in that defeat because Billy's been in Ring of Honor and has been killing it and is this up-and-comer and... Britt has no shame in losing that kind of match. Just have her be like, hey, all right, well, now a new game plan.
go back to AEW, be like, listen, I put in the work, I went to Ring of Honor, I beat all these people, now it's time to reclaim my AEW Women's World Championship.
Very true. All good ideas. So this is the end of the show. Normally I close the show off, but Kimmy, since this is a very so-called Christmas, I'm allowing you the final say here.
Oh my god, wow. Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you guys for my gift. I very much appreciate that. That was really cool. I didn't expect that. Like I said in the beginning, you guys were the first show that really reached out to try to promote WrestleCon. It's been so much fun being here and doing some media stuff, but as I said in my post, there's a new dream I got to chase, and I'm not retiring. I'm leveling up, and I'm excited with all the new opportunities that are coming my way. But yes, thank you guys again for having me.
Well, you are so welcome, Kimmy. And if you ever get the itch, you know where to find us.
I do. I definitely do.
So, Ashley, where can we find you on the super information super highway?
So mostly just on Blue Sky posting there now. So it's at groovyash.bsky.social.
And if you want to follow Kimmy Sokol,
you can follow me on Instagram at Kimmy.Sokol. You can follow me on Twitter at Kimmy_Sokol. A lot of love from all my New York Hammerstein tweets. My Twitter's still blowing up. I finally got past 1.9K, so I feel like I'm doing things right. You can follow me on Blue Sky at Kimmy_Sokol. Blue Sky, whatever the hell it is. And yeah.
And you can always follow the show on Twitter at RadioFreePW or visit www.radiofreeprowrestling.com to catch up on the latest episodes. And until we see you for our year-end Winston Awards, stay stunning. Merry Christmas. Everyone, have a great day.